The knife to crisp up my line, and if you were trying to cut it here, it's not going to cut a straight line because you have this part of the knife is not flat. So I go off the edge and keep my blade flat. Okay, and then from there I take 2 pieces and I make mountain peaks. So I start with my tip right in front of me, and then I bring the tip down here up to meet it, like it's 2 mountains. One in the background, one in the foreground. It's been a long time since I took an art class. And I want this space here to be even with this space here. So that overlap over that other piece of parchment should be the same. And these should also meet at the top. I had a chef that grew up in the Black Forest, and he used to call this the Swiss Alps, the Twin Peaks, because the Swiss Alps are even. They're the same height. He was also super old and super German, so you couldn't really understand what he was saying. He used to just grunt and point, and you had to figure out what he was saying. Okay. So now I have my parchment. I have a little bit of like a dip right here. This is how I make my cornets. Once you get to Bake Shop 4 with Chef Beth, she might make them differently, but the idea is the same. She just might cut them a little bit differently. Okay, so to fold this, I start with this up top, and I bring my thumb directly across from this point. It's a little bit offset, it's not straight in the middle, so I bring my thumb directly across from it, and then my offset piece up here, I roll into the center to create a cone. There should be a straight line. I'm trying to show everyone. There should be a straight line from your thumb all the way to that corner. Okay? Now you hold that in place. Use your left hand to kind of cup that and hold it, and then you like roll that in to create your parchment cone. But you want the tip to be totally closed, so I'm going to use my pointer finger and my thumb to help close that, so you can like move them to open and close, open and close. All right? So when I do it slowly, it comes apart. I have to redo it.
Wow, you just made it look super easy. So easy.
All right, and now I'm going to fold this piece in and crisp it. So this is what you use to do very fine detail work, piping boards, writing, little pearls on cakes and stuff like that. So I'm going to use this to fill in our rosettes with the different jams. So again, you never want to overfill these. Especially yeah, these little ones overflow really easily, especially when you have them filled with chocolates. Okay, and I have a seam here where like everything folded together. I always want to fold away from that seam. So I center the seam, I crisp the sides, and then I put my seam down. And I fold in away from that seam. That's so that my point doesn't open up. That's really, really important. So it keeps it nice and sealed so that this part doesn't open. If you were to fold it the other way, look what happens. Okay? So that's super important. And now I'm gonna cut a bigger hole on this as we're filling, because we're just filling in little tiny rosettes. But when you're using this for a piping board, you would want to only cut off very, very, very small amount, so that usually I use embroidery scissors, so that you have a very fine, let me get my scissors. Because who doesn't carry embroidery voyeurism with them. And then you get your reading glasses and try to,
Oh, those are fancy.
yeah. Yeah, I stole these from my mom when I was like 16, and I think that for like a solid 15 years she's been looking for them.
Oh, wow.
So you want a very tiny stream to come out.
But big enough so it comes out consistently.
Right, and if you have lumps in whatever it is that you're piping, it's gonna start to curl up.
Are you cutting it straight or on an angle?
I'm cutting it straight.
There you go. Somewhat.
So then you can, if this were chocolate and I was doing like piping with it. Yeah, there's lumps in here. You could do like, you know, designs. But we're gonna cut this big so that we can fill
Enough of that.
the rosés.